Hello, friends. Your old Uncle Andy here, the UC Panda himself, coming to you live on December 31st. Happy New Year, and we hope we are going to be able to give you some winning sports picks. It's been a great year for us. We hope you've tailed along with us all year long. If you have, you've made some money this year. We are up about 140 units. We're up almost 150 units. Hopefully by the end of the day, we're up 142 and a half units this year. So again, a unit is just your bet size. So if you're betting $1 a unit, $1 a play, you're up 142 bucks. It's better than nothing. If you're playing $5 a play, now you're up whatever 5 times 142 and a half is. That's about what, 750 bucks? That's pretty good. You're betting $10 a unit. Now you're up over $1,000. Now we're talking some real money here. And you're just putting in 5, 10, $1 per throw. So that's why bankroll management is so important. If you lose $1, you use $5, you lose $10. Yeah, it's a bad thing, but it's not the end of the world. So that's why good bankroll management is something we've stressed all year, and it's paid off for us. Sticking with the system has paid off for us. And indeed, it is a system. You do need to make these bets. If you're going to follow my system, you do need to go ahead and make the bets every day. Uh, some days we may have a good day, some days we may have a bad day. You can't just bet maybe every other day. Maybe you're picking the days that they're bad days, like the Ohio State game a few weeks ago, about a month ago, when they lost to Michigan and really sort of wiped us out there. We could be about 60 units ahead, so that's why I say, what could have been. We would be up over 200 units right now if it weren't for that. So but that's the way it goes. It's clearly a profitable system. It's clearly working, and we hope to get us over the 150 mark tonight. So any of these plays that we're betting today, I'm going to go ahead and count them towards the 2024 number, even though we do have quite a few NFL contests that are technically occurring over the weekend in 2025. But the bets are being made today. I'm going to count them on today's ledger. So keep on following us over at Uncle Andy Sports on Twitter for all the plays. I don't make a video about every play. You do need to go over there on Twitter and follow us. I do get on Facebook when I can and post the plays there, but by far, we get much more traffic over on Twitter. We're almost to 500 followers over there. So, again, anybody that's tailing us is having a good 2024. We do have a juice reducer money line parlay. We wanted to get that out to you. It's going to involve Dayton and St. Joseph and hoops. I feel really good about them on the money line. If you wanted to lay the points with them individually, I think that would probably even be okay. You could probably pair those two in a parlay, maybe tease the totals down to both of them, the sides rather, down to minus 200 for a winning play. I think that would really come through for you. We're going to throw the Ravens and the Buccaneers in there as well. Week 18 in the NFL is very tricky. You've got some teams that it doesn't matter what happens to them this weekend. They're out of it. They've been out of it for weeks. They don't care. You have other teams where they're in the playoffs and it doesn't matter whether they win or lose this Sunday. Their playoff spot is etched in stone. Now that's not true for the Ravens and the Buccaneers. The Ravens, if they win, they get to host a playoff game. The Buccaneers, if they win this weekend, they're into the playoffs. They've got a big reason to win this weekend, and they're playing inferior opponents. So I really do like the Ravens and Buccaneers in these spots, not necessarily to cover, but just to win. This juice reducer parlay right now is a minus 234. It has an implied probability of hitting of 70%. So I like it. Let's roll with it. We're going to pair those with Alabama, Michigan, and I made a typo there. It's actually over 38 and a half. I like that. I don't think these teams are going to be playing very good defense. I do expect some points in this game, and it should be a glorified track meet. That being said, I do like Michigan in the 21 and a half. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Alabama ran away with this thing, but I have to question Alabama's motivation. I know there are players out for Michigan, but they've kind of got a chip on their shoulder, and I think Michigan keeps it within about 3 touchdowns. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, really out one unit. I like Isles and Leaves in the over 5. If you look back over the past 5 games these two teams have played, they're averaging well over 5 goals between them as an aggregate. They did play about a week ago, and it was a 6-3 victory for the Leafs. So these teams have been scoring and giving up goals, and that's why I also like them in the third period over. Both teams have very good numbers on third period overs. I love the Canadiens and the Knights tonight in a third period over plus 106. I like the Preds and Wild first period under two. The records bear out these teams are not scoring or giving up a lot of goals early on. And indeed, I like the under seven in this game. I really love that. It's a minus 106, but that's almost even money. These two teams really played pretty good defense. They don't necessarily score a lot, and they played last week, and it was a 3-2 game. I like Canucks and Flames third period over, plus 410 or plus 110 rather. Canuck, Canes and Jackets third period over. Ducks and Devils third period over. Flyers Sharks third period over. All these teams, they do score and give up a lot of goals in the third period, and there is always the issue of possibly the goalie being pulled and you've got a wide open net. Same thing, Jets and Avs third period over. Jets played last night, maybe some tired legs. The game entering the third period last night for the Jets was 1-0 against the Predators, and they were able to get two goals in the third period to send the third period over and give the Jets a 3-0 win. I kind of like Colorado in that spot, but I'm not going to play it. I may play it later, but I'm not going to give it out and tell you to play it. I do like the Stars. I like Utah and the Oilers in the second period over plus 114. That's a pretty good number. And I like this juice reducer parlay with the Bengals for a plus 157 on Saturday night. We'll probably go ahead and be hammering the Bengals. The Bengals have got a lot to play for. The Steelers don't necessarily have much to play for. I think the Steelers are, I don't want to say fraudulent, but they've certainly not been playing as well lately. Russell Wilson, it's going to be cold in Pittsburgh Saturday night, and Russell Wilson has never played well in the cold. And it wouldn't surprise me if they went ahead and yanked Wilson at some point in that game and put Justin Fields in. Wilson has not been cooking lately, and he certainly doesn't like to cook in the cold. So these are our main plays. My big play of the week, though, or the night, I should say, is going to be Dayton, Edmonton, and Vegas. I've got them 5 units and a parlay together. It's a no sweat bet on MGM. Go play it. 5 units, it's a plus 106 payout. I like Edmonton at home tonight against a Utah team that isn't particularly good. Utah played last night, didn't show a lot against Seattle. Edmonton clearly the superior team facing a tired Utah bunch. I'll take the Oilers. I really love the Vegas Golden Knights also hosting the Canadiens. The Canadiens, I think they're coming in feeling fat and sassy. They've won a few games, maybe against better teams. They probably shouldn't have won. I know they beat Tampa the other week. They beat Florida coming off the Christmas break, and I think they're feeling pretty good about themselves. But here's the human side of handicapping. They're going to Las Vegas. They've got an afternoon game in Vegas. Their travel itineraries, they're staying in Vegas. So you've got young, rich dudes in Vegas, plenty of money to spend. It's New Year's Eve. They've got the whole evening to themselves. They don't have to play again until January 3rd. These dudes don't give two craps about this game today. They've won the last two. This is a throwaway game for them. The Golden Knights all the way. Canadians, they've got their mind on who they're going to kiss at midnight. They got their mind on partying it up tonight on the strip. Knights all the way. I threw Dayton in there. Originally, the Oilers, Canadians together, or the Oilers, Knights together rather, were a minus 105 parlay. I went ahead and threw Dayton on their money line just for a few more beans to get us into positive territory. So that's all for me. I do have Penn State that I need tonight tied up in something else. I could well come up with a few other things involving Penn State, maybe some of the heavy favorites tomorrow in the CFP. You never know, but I wanted to get these plays out to you. I hope everybody has a super New Year's Eve, a super 2025. Don't drink too much. And if you tail us to the window, we will cash tickets together. Happy New Year, everybody.